Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News, and we've got a little war happening out here between a former Bachelor contestant, Marlena, and former Love is Blind contestant, Shake. Dr. Shake, the veterinarian, claps back at Marlena after she accuses him of, clout chasing. We'll see what you want to call it. I'm going to shine this story up and make it interesting, but it's just a little quarrel between several people that were on a reality show trying to find love, and they love drama. Not them specifically, but all of us do, right? Follow me on Instagram at DNeals. I like Marlena, never met Shake. I'm sure he's a reasonable guy, although in his season he was villain number one. He also had a fight with Nick Viall. We'll talk about that. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals. Live on Patreon at 10 a.m., patreon.com/Dave Neal. So I'm going to share all of this content with you, but first, I did want to shout out my community on Facebook, Dave Neal's community. I just posted this. Any single moms in our community need some help filling their Christmas gift lists for their kids? Let's promote a 12 Amazon wish list, 12 days of Christmas here. So I want to promote, and again, this is going to kill me if I get more than 12 submissions because I won't be able to get to everybody. But so far I've got one, which means I've got 11 more people. I want to promote your Christmas wish list. If you need some help around the holidays, let some of our friends of the community help you out. So feel free to send me a DM. And if you are a mom in our community and need some help with some of the presents to help old St. Nick, we're here to help you. Old St. Dave, OSD, yeah, you know me. Okay, so what am I? If I was a patron saint, what would it be? Dave Neal, patron saint of recapping. For all of the biblical dramatic events, I'm here to recap it. You know, can you imagine me in the biblical time? Can you believe what John said about Peter? Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ ghosted. Okay, ghosted us. Okay, we can make jokes about the Bible, folks. It's all in fun. God made me in his image, and he liked a good sense of humor. So anyway, let me know about that. And also, I want to promote a friend of the page today, Jennifer Lynn. She says her goal is to help others feel less alone in this world, and she's got a very nice, she actually got a lot of different things out there, podcast, but also has some quirky mental wellness illustrations. So if you want some stocking stuffers, go to Jennifer Lynn on Instagram right there, and you can go, or to her page, jenniferlynn.com. And over there, she's got a book. She's got all these great illustrations. So again, if we're trying to buy some things from our community, this is the way to do it. Link in the comment section below. Let's get into the story. So we've got Shakes fighting with Marlena. Not the first Bachelor / Love is Blind connection we've ever had. Of course, Blake Horseman over here fell in love on All-Star Shore with Giannini Gibelli. Did I pronounce that right? Oh, the Italians. I got to go to Rome just to get these pronunciations right. Anyway, maybe I'll call Victoria Fuller and say, how do I pronounce Giannini's name? So anyway, they fell in love, but that's not the only love connection we had. Shake fought with Nick Viall recently and said, suck it, Nick. Nick versus Shake dating show beef. I'm going to share the Marlena one with Shakes in a second, but let's just watch how this went down earlier this year. Nick interviewing the lady that, and here's the spoiler, Nick interviewing the lady that ended up not getting married to this guy named Shake. Now, here's Shake right here. I'll play what Shake has to say in response, but he's not going down without a fight, all right? He's coming out like swinging. It's probably his first time on social media. Veterinarian, helping humans achieve self-love and success through guidance, accountability, and memes. Well, we'll see if he's accountable. So here's where Nick responds to Shake, telling Nick to go suck it.
So this is Shake from Love is Blind 2, responding to a clip of my interview with Deep D on my podcast, The Viall Files. Link in bio if you want to listen to the whole episode. You definitely should. Pause to read.
All right, so the puppy doc is Shake. He said, saw my character come out, you mean went back to dating my usual type. Like, what were you expecting? You said no to me at the altar. You got upset when I posted pics with other girls, ? And then Nick says, no, she means your complete lack of self-awareness that you so perfectly demonstrated with this comment. Learn how to take an L. And all right, so Nick tells Shake to learn how to take an L. And I love the saying, suck it, Nick. If I were Nick, I would have made some merchandise out of that. So anyway, Shake doesn't go down without a fight. That's what he's here to show you. And look, I'm not here to defend Shake, but the funny part was, because he did a lot of problematic things on his season of Bachelor in Paradise, but the funny part is that he kind of proved that love isn't blind. love's not necessarily blind. We have our mind, body, and spirit. So you can love someone's spirit and not their mind or this or that, but love's not necessarily blind. You're attracted to somebody visually, and you can become more attracted to somebody visually if you're attracted to them mentally, but we're all different. And anyway, so Shake, it was funny when he was on Love is Blind, because I got to be careful with my words here, because I'm not trying to sound as shallow as he kind of came off, but he went up to Vanessa and Nick Lachey, who are married and host a show, and he was like, "You're telling me Love is Blind? You married a boy band member. You're both beautiful. Love's not necessarily blind." So anyway, the sentiment or definition of what love is blind actually means could be in question here. Either way, he's just like Nick does, and most people do on social media, Marlena and Shake peddle in the traffic that is caused by controversy. So it would be no surprise that he would respond to Marlena. Here's what Marlena said. "I always give people the benefit of the doubt when I meet them, but I met Shake from Love is Blind tonight, and the first thing he asked me was if I was verified. He's for the streets. Y'all can have him." Laugh, 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 laugh. So there's Marlena's kind of snap at Shake. And then she did a little thread here, and he responds to it. She said, "Story time, because I got time today. I met the guy on the left the night of the party. Was with him when I met Shake. Walked up to Shake and said, 'Aren't you the villain from Love is Blind?' He laughed because I also said it jokingly, and if you know my personality, I joke 90% of the time. Told Shake I wanted a picture. He took my phone and said I had to take it from Instagram, all his doing. He even tagged himself and posted it. He wanted the tag to be the regular cursive font instead of the mention. He then asked if I was verified and to see my page." Where's the third part? I'm missing the third part. Oh, I hate Twitter threads. Twitter threads. "How many followers I had?" He asked who the guy I was with. Told him I met him 10 minutes ago, and he physically picked me up and said, "It's fair game then," and put me down. Thought that was strange as AF as well as the verification, but told him it was a pleasure and walked away. Like the tweet said, "But since you want an at so bad, at the puppy doc, you for the streets, my dog, but I'm actually really happy I met you so I could formulate my own thoughts respectfully. If I wanted attention, I would have added you in the original tweet. Trust I have no issue with that." All right, so in the process of her tweeting about him, he had responded with a screen grab to roast, Marlena. And the screen grab showed that Marlena had messaged him saying, "Nice meeting you." And then anyway, he said what she says to me versus what she posts on the internet to impress her followers. Now, he's got half a point here. He's got, again, this is Ref Dave talking. You can have a separate opinion. But I feel like she invited him to snap back at her, and he did. Perfectly fair. Now, she could have sent him a nice thing, like "nice meeting you," and also still called him out. That's also fine, too. So people aren't really taking either side here. It's kind of one of those all right, you're both kind of trying out here with social media. But here's what she responded. "Tweeting what you said has nothing to do with saying nice meeting you. Did you not ask me if I was verified before adding me on Instagram?" Okay, whenever someone asks a rhetorical question like this, we always need X-Files music. "Did you not ask me if I was verified before adding me on Instagram?" Because that's the tweet. "Also, before physically picking me up and asking if I was single. It was a pleasure, but also a no for me, but carry on." So what's interesting with Shake picking her up, which he doesn't deny, is that, and again, I don't know why he would need to do this if he's looking at her, but on Love is Blind, he had this really, really funny. So you have two people that can't see each other. They're separated by some partition, right? He asked he was asking people "Hey, I love going out to concerts. Would I be able to pick you up over on my shoulders if we were at a concert?" Which is hilarious. Because what he's basically saying is, how much do you weigh? He's trying to suss out what their body type is, and again, it's just one of those things. It's like, in the experiment Love is Blind, you're not supposed to know or have an idea what the other person is like. But also, just by talking and hearing someone else's voice, you can get to know a lot about them through their socioeconomic level, like just how they speak and present themselves. But then again, that's listening, not seeing. So the idea between Love is Blind is to have this blind interaction. But instead, he's like, "Hey, if we were if we went ice skating before the ice froze, would we have a," that's basically what he's saying, is he's wondering how much she weighs. Again, Love is Blind as an experiment, I don't believe has worked. You guys let me know. How many people have been on Love is Blind? Not to but respectfully, the experiment of Bachelor hasn't worked either. The Bachelor success rate is what, 3-4%? Which, by the way, I didn't have this pulled up, but I did my buddy's podcast yesterday. It's called What We're Drinking. I want to show that to you guys right now. And we actually talk a lot about Bachelor in Paradise, because he's a casual fan of Bachelor. I love when there's like casual fans of Bachelor that get into the show, because they kind of pick up on different nuances than maybe those of us that watch it like obsessively. But if you want to go check that out, it's called What We're Drinking, and it's with my pal Dan Dunn. He's also interviewed Caitlin Bristow. We talk a lot about her and other big names. I mean, to get like Dave Neal, patron saint of recapping, it is quite the accomplishment. Anyway, let me know if you're on any side of this beef here, or if it even matters. I can't quite tell. I've got lots of content coming your way. A lot of ticky-tacky ones today, folks. Nothing huge in the news, just a couple stories here and there. We'll tie it all together on Bachelor Rush Hour this afternoon. The podcast, you can check that out. And at the end of this video, if you want more content, go check out my Christmas vlogs. I'll post a link for it right over here. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.